Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we live? Are we stable? That's really the question I gotta ask. Welcome back, boys, to Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a great Ace Attorney. After the disaster, I took a detour. I wanted to try to play a very obscure game that I found on the internet, and it backfired horribly. So, I might try to do that again someday, but I'm not ready to right now. So we're back here on home base. Now, what were we doing? I vaguely remember. The wealthy woman who sits in on some of our trials and has her mind easily swindled by any man that talks to her, her husband is missing. Her husband looks like kind of a dork, but apparently he's like the chief guardsman at the cemetery, which means he's probably inevitably involved in the cover-up of the professor's death or fake death or misleading death. I don't remember all of the details. I'm not an ace detective. I'm an ace attorney. But I did tell her I was going to help her find her husband, so that's what today's mission is going to be all about. How do I start? That's a brilliant question that I don't know the answer to. Sholm said he was going to leave all of the work in my capable hands. Didn't you go to Lime Street? I can't be seen with that. Oh, I guess we're going somewhere, right? Aren't you going to go yourself? I'm sorry. It's all very peculiar. Mysteriously disappeared. The professor, the ghosts of God, we talk about so much nonsense. Barclay Prison. Maybe we'll go to Barclay Prison today. That might be the place to go. All right, well, let's see where we can move about. Changeling DJ, Jacob Welsh, Dave Abler, Jonathan Brown, and Tim W. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for not giving up on me. All right. Susato-san, where should we go? Oh, well, this one's literally glowing for us, so maybe here. We haven't been here yet, have we? I'm rather excited about it. The prison governor's office. Yeah, let's start there. Barclay Prison is on the outskirts of London, backing onto a lonely burial ground. Its four high outer walls loomed quietly before us in the fog. Having requested a meeting, we were shown to the governor's office in the watchtower. The watchtower. Oh, wow! Oh, sick! Look at that fucking guillotine clock. Does it do that every fucking second? That's a bit excessive. I feel like the gears would wear out pretty quickly. But if they had a clock like this that did that on the hour every hour, oh, that would be sick. A grandfather clock, right? They call it that because they exist in all of the homes of your grandparents. My grandmother had a clock like this, except instead of a guillotine, it just donged, however many times it was of the hour. It would be like 10 o'clock, and it would go dong, 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 dong. Well, I'm beating a dead horse, aren't I? The shotgun and the axe, this place looks like it probably reeks of mildew, but it also looks like a lot of gay bars that I've been into. It's got the vibe, down to a T, especially the chains on the wall. And the animal lover in me does think that cage is a little too small for that bird. That bothers me a little bit, so I hope that you let it out of there. But I digress. It's November 1st at the Barclay Prison Governor's Office. Oh my god, he's muscular! Wow. Your shoulders are so broad. Your back, it's got a nice tapered V. Oh, those arms, they're hairy. You look like you would put me in my place. This place is full of hardened criminals. I can remember the last time a civilian was doing here. Oh, does he talk a little bit funny? Is that what we're doing here? I can't remember the last time a civilian was doing it. And you didn't want to talk about it, innit? But to me? Oh, the face. Hi. Have you ever considered being a ringleader for a circus? Do you know who I am? I'm the governor, Barry Caden. Oh, yes. Pleasure, I'm sure. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. A defense lawyer. Scottish? I don't know how to do a Scottish accent. I say that as if I've known how to do any accent ever. I'm just an offensive white boy who tries to talk like other people and it goes horribly every time. What do Scottish people sound like? Oh, great. It comes up in the recommendations. Maybe I can find this out.
The Scottish accent is famous for being difficult to understand, but the Glaswegian accent can be even more difficult.
Well, that's not what I'm worrying about, Hunty. Oh my god, why is that the first result?
Alright, darling, I thought I'd better give you a bit more of an in-depth answer because I know a lot of people are confused.
A lot of people are
English
confused.
and Scottish accent and Scots are two totally different things.
Two
And
totally
they're
different
all
things?
to Gaelic. Gaelic is a Celtic language.
Okay, so wait, is he supposed to sound like Ginny? I remember doing Ginny. Oh god, you know what? Never mind. It's fine. This is why I'll never be hireable. But you know what? If anybody ever is developing a video game and you need a gay, I got you. I can play gay man. I should be able to. It is authentically what I am. Typecast me is what I'm asking for, actually. And I want to do... There's a lot of gay video games that get made, and they do hire voice actors to do them. Can somebody just hire me for their sex game? Please? Thanks? Make me a protagonist. All right, sorry. You were saying. Oh, and an Easterner, I see. Does that mean? Yeah, I'm a visiting student of law from the Empire of Japan. Japan? Did you say Japan? Yes? Oh, I get it. You don't take too kindly to my kind, do you? Oh. Well, there's no any of your kind here, laddie. Maybe I should try the prison next door, eh? I didn't notice another prison next door, sir. I think he's just being racist to us, Susato-san. I didn't like to be so direct, but... I have no intention of speaking with the likes of you suspicious-looking Easterners. Yeah, that's about par for the course for us. Now get out of my hair! What's that all about? You should hear Troy Baker's voice for Shadow Kanji Tatsume. Why? What's that? Is it a gay? So as soon as he finds out that we're from Japan, he reacts like this. Well, what if we just said we were from somewhere else? We're from China. That surely means... I think it's because of the professor case. Yeah, you think so too, eh? It's very gay. 10 years ago, Genshin Asogi, also known as the Professor, was incarcerated at this prison. And then, after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in the cemetery behind the prison. I might have known! You're sniffing around about that case, aren't you? You're agents, eh? Part of the Professor's great web, no doubt! No, not at all. Not a spy. What do you think I am? A fucking Israeli? Tensions are high these days, boys. Listen. Obviously, it's not all the people. But their government is committing a genocide, so you know what? They're gonna catch a few strays. Get going with ya before I punch your lights out! Yeah, we're going. I'm going. I'm leaving, okay? I'm on... I'll see myself out of this sham. Clearly, the ghost of that killer still haunts this place. We're not going to get anywhere here. Unless we can somehow prove to this man that there's nothing suspicious about us. Don't be suspicious. Don't be... Look at me. I'm just a cute little chwink. What are you gonna do? Chwunk. Chwuz. Chwuz? I'm old. Governor Caden. I have a woman with me. She's respectable. What are you thinking, Miss Susato? I feel sure that name came up in conversation recently somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some ideas how to help us. Come to think of it, I sort of have the same feeling. It's been a while since I've played, so I don't know, but I guess it means we're not... Oh, okay, get out! Yeah, okay. I'll be back. Don't you worry. Stay comfy. The Great Waterloo Hotel. Don't believe we've visited this place for some time. Lord Chief Justice's office. And Sholmes' suite. Okay, maybe the Waterloo. And who might you be, dapper little man? Hello? That's Professor Mikitoba. Oh, sorry, Susato-san, didn't recognize your father with a hat on. Yeah, could you please stop hitting on him? Yeah, I'll try. Oh, hello, you two.
I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked.
But where's Judge Chigoku?
Oh, yes. He's not the relaxing sort. He's taken himself off to pay his respects to all the legal bigwigs.
Having only just arrived in the country today? Goodness, he sure is full of energy. Professor Mitochondria, you mentioned something before. About how you'd known the prison governor at Barclay Prison.
Oh, Governor Caden, you mean?
Yes, it's him. Okay, great, we're on track. So it is the same man. Father, we must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said that we're suspicious Easterners.
Well, I'm sure if I accompanied you, it would be a very different story.
But, respectfully, aren't you also a suspicious Easterner? Would you? That would be wonderful, if you have the time right now.
Sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment.
Really? It kind of looked like you were just relaxing, dicking around reading the paper. Busy drinking coffee on a comfortable settee? God, I'm so fucking illiterate. And I'm one of the smarter Americans. Pronunciation, please.
Settee.
I was saying it right. Listen, I judge myself without even knowing. The thing is, though, if you only ever read words visually and you never, listen to how they're supposed to be said, it will lead to a couple of embarrassing mistakes. Like when you go to Chipotle and you order a palo asado. Fuck!
No, I have a rather lot to prepare for tomorrow, you know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say that out loud, did I? You mitochondrias are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts. I guess. Or could it be that you Naruhodos are alarmingly bad at hiding yours? Oh.
Let's not fall out now. I have an idea.
Smart people admit when they're uneducated on something. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? Did they put in a voice clip of me, gasping or giggling? What the fuck? Yes, you are correct. Oftentimes, the most educated people in a room know the limitations of their education. This is like the Dunning-Kruger effect, yes? The stupidest people in the room assume that they know everything. Oh, it's writing. It was a scribble voice clip. Nice. He's writing on that piece of paper.
Here's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully, when he sees my name, he'll change his tune.
Thank you. Letter of introduction. A note of introduction on behalf of Professor Mitochondria to Governor Caden. Hopefully, now he'll be willing to talk to us.
Good luck, then!
Thanks! Alright, have fun. Oh, wow, the man-spreading is impeccable with you. It's like you want us to stare right up into your... Naruhodo-san! Sorry, Susato. Let's leave. Let us leave? No thanks, Boomy. Alright, sir, I've got evidence for you. It's from another man who you probably respect more than us. If you just cast your eyes over at this, Governor Caden.
Oh, what's this then? You cannot pull the wool over my eyes, you good-for-nothing Japanese scum!
I'm a student.
Mikato... Ba... The fuck is this? Wait a second. That young jock from the forensics laboratory.
Oh my god, you think he's a jock? Wait, have you seen... Never mind.
That Mikatoba?
Well, actually, it's pronounced mitochondria, but yes, him. Oh dear. Perhaps I should have said something sooner. Yeah, girl, you should have just... I'm Yujin Mikatoba's daughter, Susato.
Jings! You're the young man's daughter! And you didn't think to mention that before?
I do apologize. I should know that as a woman, all of my worth is tied to the man who owns me.
Aye, well, you'd best take a seat then. Can I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps? And then I forget about those who wear your handcuffed biscuits.
It's so fucking small. Wait, can we talk about your bird, please? Your father's influence is nothing short of amazing, Susato-san. I'm bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outset now. Yeah, same.
So then, what can I do for you then?
Well, we're currently investigating a case. It's one of your warders, you see. He's gone missing.
Missing?
That's right. It's surely been reported to you as well, being the prison governor.
I've never heard nothing of the sort. There's no missing persons in my prison.
Oh! But how could that be? It's Mr. Daily Vigil, your chief warder.
Huh? Vigil?
That's right. His wife came to us and asked us to investigate his disappearance. Let's skip the part about him only going missing yesterday for now. Oh, big sad. Clearly that means something to this man. Would you be so kind as to tell us what you know, sir?
Aye, of course.
Great. Before we do that, though, it's really pissing me off. I have to make note of it. This bird, can we talk about it? I'd never have expected to find a parrot in a prison. It must be the governor's pet. Given where we are, it's hard not to see the poor creature as a prisoner. Thank you, Susato. This is ridiculously small.
Brock, let me out! Didn't it kill me?
Oh, Jesus! Has the bird learnt to mimic the plaintive cries of the inmates in the cells?
Oh, no. There was one of 3 siblings, you see. And he still calls out to the names of his 2 brothers like that all the time.
Those are his brothers? Right. I follow you. The OG Polly.
Let me out! Did it kill me? Aye, I hear you, laddie. You want your dinner, hey, didn't you do it?
Great. Okay, well, luckily I'm not here about the animal abuse, so I guess we'll just keep talking. We understand that Mr. Vigil is the chief warder here at the prison.
Aye, that he was. Strong sense of responsibility and dedicated to the job, no doubt about it. He was a fine warder.
Sorry? Did you say was? That's suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. But honestly, this is Criminal 101. I've watched enough true crime with Kendall Ray to know that guilty people always refer to the people who they already know are going to be dead as was instead of is. So, suck on that.
Aye, it doesn't work here anymore. Left the job.
Oh, he quit. Oh my. When was this exactly?
There's a question. When was it about? It can have been much less than, 10 years ago now.
10 years? Wait. If you're telling the truth, then this man has been doing something dirty in secret. What has he been doing for his money? I knew it was suspicious that a warder was letting his wife live up this lavish lifestyle. Does he have a secret OnlyFans? What? 10 years ago? He stopped working 10 years ago? What the fuck has he been doing for money?
As I mind it.
Do you know, Ken? Do you Ken? I have huh?
You know, I haven't heard of the fella's name in a while. That's a worry if he's gone missing, though.
But Mrs. Vigil made no mention of that. I think perhaps, Mr. Naruhodo, that his wife simply doesn't know. Yeah, typical. I think she's unaware that he no longer works here. Yeah, typical. I'm just saying, fake jobs are a very real thing. People who don't know me very well, when I meet strangers or like people who I'm supposed to be like very loosely acquainted with, I still tell them that I'm a microbiology scientist because it's just a lot to go up to somebody who's like a stranger and you don't really know their whole background to be like, oh yeah, I spread my butt cheeks and get paid on the internet. Like, you know, we have this thing called a cover job. Governor Caden, could you tell us what happened? Why did Mr. Vigil give up his job here?
Well, that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's very important. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I can't help wondering, given that it was 10 years ago. Wait, is that the year that the prisoner situation happened? Oh! You're right! That's exactly when the professor was being held at this prison. Okay. 10 years ago, tell me about this. So, Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the position of Chief Warder 10 years ago, you're telling us. What happened to make him leave the job?
In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter.
You mean he was fired? Dismissed? Laid off? Oh, okay.
It was, after a particular walk.
I'm sorry, a walk? What?
That's our word for it in here. A walk to the gallows.
An execution, you mean?
It's the job of the chief warder to prepare the gallows, tree and oversee any executions, you see. Only, Vigil did something unthinkable on that last walk he was manning.
What did he do?
I'm sorry, but I can't reveal that information. But I can tell you it's very rare for a chief warder to be relieved of his post.
But why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here.
I wouldn't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal?
And what would that be, Hen?
That last execution that Mr. Vigil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by any chance the professor's?
My thoughts exactly.
I'm sorry, really am, but I'm at no liberty to answer that.
I see.
Well, he's shut right the fuck up. Talk to me about Professor Mitochondria.
My father came to Britain all of those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. But you seem to have been well acquainted.
The dead room, the prison, and the cemetery have a lot to do with one another. After all, they need fresh corpses for forensic research, do you know?
Yeah, I can imagine. No background music on this part. There's background music. Can you hear it? Can you not hear it? Is it too low? I hear it.
The advancement of medical science isn't always particularly palatable.
Your father worked in the laboratory just on the far side of the graveyard. In the basement of St. Sinner's. It's still in use today.
St. Sinners? That's come up before, I'm sure of it.
Yes, that's right! We've been there.
Megatoba and I used to ride in a carriage together and negotiate terms.
For more fresh material, I suppose.
Aye! And we used to sit here in long hours and grab a boot about dissection and sorts. Oh, it takes me back.
Oh, but my microphone is too loud? Well, guys, you can tell me to shut the fuck up. I can turn that down easy. We'll go down a couple of notches here. If I've made it too well, let's be fair. I don't know that it's possible for me to make it too quiet, but you let me know, okay? See if this is more appropriate. And then I could probably raise the sound on the video capture device too. Give me one moment. Audio, video capture device. That must be this thing, I think. I don't know. Let me know if that changed anything noticeably for you.
Over a pot of tea and a plate of biscuits, of course.
How charming.
He was a good fellow, your father. Reliable and dead set on his work. But I'm afraid I'll never understand you Japanese.
Because of Genshin Asogi, I suppose. Ah, yes, the crimes of one person attributed to an entire nation.
Well, look at my back.
Yep, it's very muscular, sir.
I cannot tell you anything else.
Thank you so much for your time, Governor.
Oh, one moment before you're away then, hon.
Ooh, hi, Daddy, with the axe on your side. Wow, there's just something so dominant about you. I'm a little hot and bothered.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Ah, found it. Here, take this as a wee souvenir of your visit to the prison.
What is it?
That's Vigil's dismissal notice. It's 10 years old now, of course.
You kept it here for 10 years?
Oh my. Are you sure?
Aye, it's no trouble at all. It's no the original, mind.
So it's a copy. The harsh reprimand incurred by Mr. Vigil 10 years ago that resulted in him losing his job as chief warder of Barclay Prison entered into the court record. Thank you very much, Governor Caden. I'm going to look at that right now before I forget, if you don't mind. Notice of dismissal on the 25th of June. Chief Warder Daily Vigil is relieved of his post with immediate effect for having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Code of Conduct for Prisons. All rights to redundancy, pay, and other financial benefits are fully revoked. Reason for dismissal: aiding and abetting the escape of this prison convict just prior to his execution. So, like, he didn't want to tell us what he did, but he's going to give us the dismissal form that tells us what he did. I guess the name is technically redacted, but, like, clearly this is the professor. Details of the escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with inquiries will be expected. Prison Governor Barry Caden. Additional notes. Indications are that the jailbreak plot was conceived prior to the convict's incarceration. It's believed that the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding these negotiations will be demanded. Interesting. Kuran says hello. Sorry, missed ya. Okay.
Well, in return, do me a favor, Warren, never come back here. That case is closed.
If that's how you felt, why would you give this to us?
Well, I think we ought to return to Baker Street for the time being.
Yeah, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Sholmes with what we found out about Mr. Vigil. What will we tell Mrs. Vigil? I wonder. That's a good question. Do we loop her in on what we've learned? Because that's a lot of information for her to process. All right, where's Barclay Street? It's none of these. Wait, what? All right, I guess we'll go back home. Woo! Excuse me. November 1st, back at Sholmes' suite. We're back! Hello? Oh! Hello, you two! Oh.
Did you like my impression? I thought you'd be back before long, so I baked some scones for us all.
Oh. So that's what that delicious... Oh my god! Why is it blue? Oh no, he's become a K-pop demon slayer. Greetings, my dear fellows! You've returned a good deal sooner than I was anticipating. Alright. Are you joining the Twice cast? Hi. Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Hello, Mr. Oh, Sholmes.
Say nothing! Your thoughts are written all over your faces in any case. It turns out that it may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application.
Oh my.
Blue hair and he has pronouns. Oh no. Pray, tell me. What of our warder friend? Have you garnered some new information? Oh, yes, actually. Something very surprising, in fact. Though, it's not a patch on your hair, to be honest.
It most certainly isn't. But still, we've discovered that Sholmes!
Oh. Son of... Why is she here? Drop everything, chums! This is important! Gina? Lestrade... Did you give her a key to the apartment? What the fuck? I can't Adam and Eve it! What the fuck? What does that even mean? Sniff! Sniffles! What's happened, Gina? Clearly a very grave matter indeed. I bet she lost her dog. For Miss Lestrade made no mention of my hair whatsoever. It's the boss! You mean Inspector Gregson? Is he okay? The boss is dead! Gregson? Gregson is our victim? What? They just found his body, shot with a pistol. No! What? No! Hang on. But, Inspector Gregson? He was murdered? No, not Gregsy. Yeah, they were close. Come in, my dear girl. Tell us the whole story. Sniffles, sniffs. Shit. Oh, son of a bitch. I thought we were gonna find the woman's husband being dead, not Inspector Gregson. Gina, are you serious? Inspector Gregson was shot? I don't know much about what happened myself yet. They're still there, investigating the scene. Where did this take place? A little rented room in a building full of flats on Fresno Street. The outskirts of town. Nowhere near his home. He was perhaps investigating a case then. The thing is, no one at the yard knows nothing about no case around there. How strange. Oh, God. The boss he was so good to me. I know I ain't up to much yet, but one day I was gonna show him I'd become a proper detective. I wasn't gonna be a scumbag, rotten bitch anymore. Oh, Ginny, you were working so hard not to be a rotten scumbag bitch. Fuck. The culprit? So, who did this? Do you know who the culprit is? They caught him already. Already? Read it and weep, boys. You're clairvoyant here. I'm gonna be telepathetic for a moment. If our missing man isn't the victim, I'm about to guess that our missing man is the suspected perpetrator. They've caught the shooter? So soon? A witness reported something was going on, and the boys got straight down there and took care of him. Who is this awful person who did this? I still can't believe it myself. Gina. It was the Reaper. Oh, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. Wait, what? The Reaper? You mean... Whoa. Do you mean the Reaper like the ghost, or do you mean my boy? My little racist man? Lord Von Zeeks? They've arrested Lord Von Zeeks? That's right. That Reaper bloke's gone and shot the boss. No. That doesn't make any sense. No! Lord Von Zeeks? How? What? Are you quite sure, Miss Lestrade? It's Barrick Von Zeeks the police have arrested. I saw him with my own eyes in the interview room at the yard. I don't believe it for a second. But there were witnesses, and they're all saying it was him. So you mean there were actually multiple witnesses? They heard the gunshot, apparently, and when our lot got to the scene, there was only the boss and that Reaper bloke in the room. But there's no way Lord Von Zeeks would have taken Gregson's life. I don't believe that for a second.
Me neither. Thank you for informing us, Miss Lestrade. Damn, I actually, as much as I fucking hate Gina, it's a little disheartening for me to see her like this shaken up and sad. Do I have a heart? This really is most terrible news. I'm dreadfully sorry. What are you saying sorry for? You didn't do nothing. Well, anyway, I'm taking a cab over to the scene right now. Please come on all. As soon as you can, you've got to help. Changeling DJ, read the room. Right now is not the time. It's a detective's lot to appear wherever some sinister plot is unfolded. Little wonder we all look haggard. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nerves. Mr. Sholmes. What use is there in being a great detective if I fail to see something like this coming? Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're not a very great detective. How could I let this happen to Gregson? To Gregson! Oh dear. Mr. Naruhodo, I shall leave at once to begin my investigations. Of course, yes. We're gonna do the same. It would be helpful if you could talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you can glean. I'm sure you were intending to do so anyway. Until later, then. Right, okay. Inspector Gregson dead, and Lord Von Zeke's arrested? Runo! Susie! I've called you a handsome. It's waiting outside. Thanks, Iris. Shall we, Susato-san? Yes. Okay. Let's move out, I guess. New location added. Great. Let's go to it. The prison? No. Fresno Street. The scene of the crime. A hidden room accessed from a small alley. This is where Inspector Gregson was killed. We must investigate at once. And Lord Von Zeeks. Alright, well, he said talk to Lord Von Zeeks. Let's start here, then go investigate. Maybe? Possibly? I don't know what we're supposed to do first. This is a long investigation. Well, I mean, he looks calm as a cucumber. 1st of November, local prison, cell number 1. There he is. Lord Von Zeeks behind bars. So it's true. He really was arrested. He's sitting with his back to the wall, reading something. I don't think he's noticed us. Lord Von Zeeks? Ugh. Hi. Fancy meeting you here. The last place on Earth I'd like to be, with the last person on Earth I'd like to see. I couldn't very well not come, given our history together, you and I. We heard what had happened. That Inspector Gregson was... Well, we heard what had happened. Go home. This has nothing to do with you. Well, but, the thing is... Forgive me, Lord Von Zeeks, but I have to disagree. Oh. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We're indebted to him. At the very least, we owe it to him to find out the truth about his death. You must help us with our investigations, please. There's really nothing that I can tell you. What were you just reading at the back of the cell there? Was it something related to the case? This... The Yard isn't quite so cavalier with the information as to share case details with a suspect. This is a letter from an old acquaintance. A love letter? A letter. Oh! Well, who might it be? Someone you know, as it happens. Albert Hairbrain. Oh yeah, your college boyfriend. Of course! I keep forgetting that they were roommates at the university. And I would like to read my correspondence in peace. So let's get this over with, shall we? What is it you want to know? Oh, so much. Strange. I mean, let's face it. Lord Von Zeeks never minces his words. But they seem to have less bite than usual somehow. Yeah, I think getting arrested will do that to a guy. Alright, let's converse. What happened? Could you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Von Zeeks? What happened? How much do you already know? Pretty much nothing. Flying blind, as usual. inspector was shot dead in a small rented room on Fresno Street.
And that you were found there by the police when they arrived on the scene, and you were immediately arrested.
We were told there was nobody else in the room, and that some witnesses heard the gunshot.
Then you're well informed. Oh. I didn't really think so, but thank you. And there's really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself.
Oh my god, this is so Edgeworth coded.
But the gunshot! Obviously you didn't fire the gun, right? I'm not in the habit of shooting the people I work alongside. I also heard the noise, however, before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers.
So he doesn't actually know what happens then.
If I might ask, what were you doing in that place to begin with?
I don't need to answer that.
But it might be helpful.
Oh.
After all, you're not representing me.
Well, do you want representation? I tend to work without getting paid. He's gonna need a lawyer, though. Your defense. I got your back. Who's going to represent you in court, Lord Von Zeeks?
Anybody other than you, I should imagine.
Well, I mean, I feel like I built a bit of a reputation for myself. I've won every case that I've done so far, not to toot my own horn or anything, but like, are you sure you don't want me in my services? I'm pretty talented.
Would I be right in assuming that you have no representation as of yet?
Defense lawyers shy away from any trial involving the Reaper, as I'm sure you know.
But this is different.
In my career, of all the defendants I've prosecuted, only 19 have ever been acquitted.
Oh, that's okay.
Of them, 16 subsequently died in mysterious circumstances. Questions will be asked now.
Oh, surely not.
I assure you, no defense lawyer will want to touch me with the end of a barge pole.
I'm a defense lawyer, and I'm volunteering pretty readily. But you didn't actually have anything to do with those people's deaths, did you?
It's been 10 years now that I've been known as the Reaper of the Bailey. Believe me, nobody wants to know the true identity of this killer more than I. However, it seems things may come to a head before I have the chance to uncover the truth about that.
What does he mean by that? Let's keep talking. After the trial, Professor Harebrain was supposed to go straight back to Germany, I thought.
It's a letter to inform me of his safe arrival at home. I arranged his passage by sea and rail. It's a relief, I must say. He should now be beyond the reaches of the Reaper.
Because the Reaper doesn't follow people abroad? Is that what you mean?
Yes. So it seems. Your stooped little Nipponese friend, for example. You told me he was keeping well in Japan when I inquired the other day.
That's right. He's an author now, happily working in Tokyo.
So Professor Harebrain is safely back in Germany now?
He is.
That's great. Deutschland!
So, it appears our conversation has run dry.
Oh my god, it's just like being on a first date. Running out of topics. So, how about the weather? There was a 2-second silence, that's all.
Well, in any event, if you'll excuse me now, I wouldn't like to detain you.
I was wondering, Lord Von Zeeks, if you'd like, I mean, it's really up to you, but, I'd be happy to advocate for you.
You trust me, do you?
Well, for the most part, yeah, actually. Yeah. I've heard you speak so many times in court. I've seen how you treat people. It's pretty disrespectful, but it is pretty honest. I'm sure that you would never have taken another person's life. It's just, my feelings can't be used as evidence in a court of law.
It's a very gracious offer. However, I trust no one.
Yeah, that's fair, but like, you don't really have much of a choice in the matter, so... I guess that's not really gonna be a problem for you. What? Not the police, not the judiciary, and not you Nipponese. Okay, but seriously, you don't really have many options. I've no intention of engaging your services. The chasm between us is just too wide and too deep, it seems. How do I fill this man's chasm? I'd appreciate it if you don't visit again. Then neither of us will waste any more time. Not back to the crossed leg pose. Maybe we need to dig a little deeper here and find out more about Lord Von Zeeks and what happened to Inspector Gregson. To the crime scene! Let's move out. Fresno Street. Time to investigate. November 1st, room on Fresno Street. Great, the Scotland Yard is here. God, what a dump. This really is an out-of-the-way part of London. I doubt many people find their way down this back street. So, this dust-ridden rented old room is where it happens then. So this is where poor Inspector Gregson lost his life? Yeah, and the police are already hard at work investigating, it seems. I don't see Mr. Sholmes anywhere, though. Perhaps his investigations have taken him elsewhere. Oi! What do you think you're doing there? Every one of them drawers gotta be taken right out so you can look underneath and all. I want the space above the ceiling checked, and don't forget to look inside the chimney stack too. Blimey! Ain't you never gone out of the house looking for dough when the owners are out of town? Well, Gina's obviously got some unique investigative techniques that she wants everyone to adopt. Perks of being a criminal. Oh! So they've turned up at last. Mind you, I ain't been here long myself. Hi, Gina. Sholmes has only just left. You're lucky I missed that. Oh, I bet I am. The last thing in the world I want to do is another great deduction. He went prancing around in here, pointing at stuff and flicking at adages, and then he just scampered. Oh! He's finished investigating already? Yeah. He didn't stop to say nothing to no one. Not even me. Gina, would you mind if we investigated too? Listen, Otto. You're a lawyer, right? Well, yes, I am. Why? Well, you're not thinking of trying to help that Reaper bloke, are you? Well, if he's innocent, I am. She's never gonna forget, is she? That trial will haunt her forever. Gina, if you don't mind me saying, if Lord Von Zeeks really is responsible for this crime, he will duly and fairly be judged in court. I suppose you're right, yeah. Go on then, Otto. Get investigating. I want to know the truth about what really happened here. Thank you, Gina. I will do just that. Do I have to converse with her at all? Probably. All right, let's get this out of the way. Gina, what was Inspector Gregson doing here in the first place? That's what I want to know. It's what? Half a year since I got out of the clink? That's when I decided to give up me jiving and become a detective instead. Oh yeah, Mr. Sholmes twisted the inspector's arm to agree to take you on as apprentice, didn't he? Something like that, I think. Anyway, the point is, I didn't really know much about the boss till then, but it turns out he's a bit of a legend at the yard. Goodness, really? They say he managed to solve some really tricky case, just like that. He did? Yup. And ever since then, he started going on all sorts of investigations, but always on his own. No one else at the yard even knows what after cases he works on are, apparently. That's not how that's supposed to work, I don't think. Right? So what was the legendary inspector doing in a dingy little room like this? I know he had lots of respect for the Reaper and all. And look where that landed him. Respect for the Reaper? In what way? I heard him say as much. I take my hat off to that fella, were his words. certainly not how the general public feels, is it? Most people are terrified of the Reaper.
Yeah, the boss said that's exactly why he respected the bloke.
I didn't realize Gregson held the Reaper in quite such high regard.
He said something else to me and all. That I didn't need to worry about the Reaper, because he only goes after people who are bad. It did kind of set my mind at ease when he said that.
Right. Okay. What is this place then? Does anybody live here?
Apparently it's being rented by some cove called Hugh Boone.
Hugh Boone? Wow. It's a sort of here today, gone tomorrow name, that, isn't it? Yeah, kind of like my name.
Yeah, he's what we call an unidentified person. We haven't been able to get in touch with him.
I see. Well, judging from appearances, I'd have to say this place hasn't been lived in for a long time, if ever.
Right! All the lads from the yard piled down to get stuck into the investigation, but there's so little here. No one knew what to do with themselves.
I do wonder.
Yeah, Susato?
Well, could it be that this Hugh Boone is in fact Inspector Gregson himself?
What? Well, how could that be?
Well, if he was investigating on his own, it's quite possible that this was in fact some kind of secret office of his.
I'd never even considered that.
Nice work, Soz! We actually are following a line of inquiry like that ourselves.
You are?
If you look around the room, you'll see there's a few things that hint at it.
We should really investigate this place in detail. I will. I just want to get all the talking out of the way. The incident.
I see that's where poor Inspector Gregson was found. Over there.
Oof.
Yeah, that's right. They said it was a single bullet what did him in. Apparently the bullet went right through him and struck that candle tree on the wall.
Oh yeah, it's blown one of the candles out apart completely. One of them.
And the gun used there is on the floor. It's the Reaper's in it, no denying that.
Wait, what? Really?
Well, how do you know that?
Oh, jeez, take it easy. I don't know what to do with myself here when you stare with them big wide eyes. I'm only saying what I heard. I don't know much about guns myself. But there's some bigwig lawman or whatever who said so. Why don't you ask him?
Ah, the ballistics. It's like the fingerprint of a gun. I've heard this somewhere before. A bigwig lawman, is it?
Anyway, first new street runs along our window over there. There were some street sellers just outside who heard the gunshot.
Oh, but I don't really recall seeing anybody outside.
Yeah, they've all been taken down to the yard for questioning, that's why. We're talking about the yard's legendary inspector here after all. They'll be getting a grilling.
Do you think we might be able to speak with those street sellers ourselves?
I doubt it. The lads at the yard will just want to know what you're snooping around for. You'll be up for a grilling and all.
So we can't interview the witnesses then. That's a fucking shame. Alright, I guess that means it's time to inspect. God, there's so much to look at. Alright, well, let's get started.
This looks like some sort of notice board or something.
And it's absolutely covered in scraps of paper.
Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, look!
This, you mean? It's an autopsy report, isn't it?
And these are case notes here. And details of prison inmates.
Yeah, in fact, they're all the sort of documents that only a detective could normally acquire. What on earth went on in this room?
Some old newspaper cuttings. Ah! And this one here.
Oh yeah, the advertisement you mean. To the Red-Headed League. But why? What's that doing in here?
Whoever occupied this room was clearly interested in it for some reason.
Okay. Let's look at this.
Oh, it's a photograph stand. I suppose it must be a picture of the Inspector Gregson's family members. Ah, wait.
What's the matter? Your eyes look like they're about to pop out of your head.
They Mr. Naruhodo, look! Quickly!
Hey, it's our woman. Wait, why do I feel like this woman is familiar? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
Of course she's fucking familiar! We met her only this morning, you dumbass!
Whoa, Susato-san. You're really picking up the English language.
I know, it's so unladylike of me.
But you're right, it's Mrs. Vigil.
This makes no sense. Why would there be a picture of Mrs. Vigil in here?
Because her husband is hiding out here. Daily Vigil. To be frank, I don't think I've ever been more stumped.
I'm sorry to say, I've no idea either.
Alright, but we're gonna add it to the court documents. Great. Okay. Do we want to look at this or this? An empty fireplace makes a room feel even colder than it would be otherwise, doesn't it?
It's thick with dust. Look! I think it would be fair to say it hasn't been used in a very long time.
In other words, whoever lived in this room must have been extremely hardy in cold weather.
Or nobody lived here at all, and merely visited when the occasion arose. I wouldn't like to say which is more likely.
No, that's right. It's one or the other. Okay, let's talk to you, maybe? Excuse me.
Ah! Inspector!
Oh, sir. Poor man. Can't possibly be able to focus on investigating when he's so upset. Okay, that was a heaping pile of nothing. What about this one? Excuse me. Sorry, sir. Can't see a thing, sir. Too many tears, sir. Oh, they're all sad because it's Inspector Gregson. Right, of course. Okay, but, like, you have a job to do, so let's, not completely ignore that shit. Alright, let's look at the gun. This is presumably the murder weapon, then.
Oh my! Is it real, I suppose?
I think so. Guns are so rare in Japan. I really know very little about them. Can't fucking relate here in the United States.
There's only one way to know for sure, Mr. Naruhodo. Fire a shot!
Jesus Christ, Susato-san. No. If I did that, I'd be looking for a skilled lawyer to represent me in court. Slightly safer just to ask someone who might know, I think. Okay. Ah, a wig, you say? Ever since we came in here, I can't take my eyes off of this thing.
You know, funnily enough, neither can I.
It's a hairpiece, isn't it?
It is! It is! A bright red hairpiece.
And I suppose the fact that it's right here next to where the body was found means we have to accept that Inspector Gregson wore wigs, does it?
And in such a flame-colored red, too.
Yeah, that's a color we've come across very recently elsewhere, isn't it?
Exactly! This is a vital clue. I'm sure of it!
I'm sure, too. We'll see how it all comes together. Okay. Let's look at the body. So I suppose this is where the victim was found.
That's right. The rope is laid around the body to show exactly how it was found. Poor Inspector Gregson himself has already been taken away.
And would probably be under Dr. Slight's scalpel by now, if not for what happened last week.
From the shape of the rope, it would appear that the inspector was curled up into a ball.
Sad.
Are you feeling all right, Mr. Naruhodo? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
I know it's just a rope, but, well, it conjures up quite a terrifying image. Especially with that blood stain next to it.
Oh, I do understand. In some ways, what we picture in our minds can be even worse than reality.
Susato-san is so strong, though. She's taking this a lot better than I am. Alright, what about the doll? Ooh, what's this?
It would appear to be a little model policeman. It's rather charming, isn't it? In a way.
Seeing as it's on the floor here, do you think it belonged to Inspector Gregson?
It's a little hard to imagine Lord Von Zeke's playing with something like this.
It's only about 8 centimeters tall. It could have fallen out of someone's pocket, I guess. I think we should record it as evidence, just in case.
I agree. It is a rather delightful doll, after all. In a way.
Alright, figurine added to the court record. Love that. Should we look at the candlestick, I guess? The top of one of the candles in this candle holder has been completely blown off.
Yes, there's wax spattered on the wall. Look.
I suppose if a bullet had hit it.
It does seem likely that the bullet hit the candle, having first passed through the inspector's body.
Now that wax on the wall looks like blood to me. Candle from the wall of the room on Fresno Street where the inspector was found dead. The top of one of the candles appears to have been blown off. But why is it taller than the other? I don't know. Something's weird about that. We're going to have to take a look at that. All right, is this one going to talk to me? You look the most suspicious of them all. Excuse me?
Ah! If you're looking down on us from the great beyond, Inspector, don't worry. We'll look after the things at the yard.
I've interrupted some deep thoughts there. Nope, he's going to ignore me just the same. All right, what about this boarded up window? Somebody's very haphazardly nailed those boards over the broken glass, haven't they? Don't forget to examine your new evidence. I will remember. I just want to collect it all first. You couldn't even really call it a window anymore.
Oh, well, if you remember the window in Mr. Natsume's room that was totally blocked up with bricks, this one does at least let in some light, so you could...
You could say nothing more about it. I'm starting to feel even more sorry for Mr. Natsume now. Great. Well, I think that we've looked at everything in the room, so it might just be time to go through our evidence. All right, well, let's see what we got. Let's start with the picture. Nothing to do there. The gun? Anything to examine on it? The chamber, maybe? I suppose this must have been the murder weapon.
Oh! Is it real?
I think so. Guns are so rare. Okay, that's just the same. What about this this little drawstring? No? Oh, it's the same. Okay, sorry. Thought there was maybe something new to look at. It appears I was mistaken. All right, fine. The wig? Anything suspicious about the wig? I've always wondered what the underside of a hair piece looks like. It must have, okay, it doesn't get blown off by a gust of wind. Okay, nothing particularly fancy there. Maybe the police figurine?
The helmet of this charming policeman appears to be a little worse for wear.
I'm not convinced about the charming part, but yeah, you're right. The head part looks like it's been fairly heavily manhandled. Almost as if somebody has enjoyed twisting it around and around for fun. Do you think it's a voodoo doll? Should we try twisting it around too for fun? Oh!
What is that?
It appears to be some sort of key. But it's tiny, though. It couldn't be a key for a door, not at that size. So what would it be for? Details of police figurine updated in the court record. Let's look at this keyhole, or this key. Some sort of key. Okay, yes it does. A very simple key. So we're looking for a hole that looks like that. Got it. And then what about the candle? Anything suspicious on the candle? There's some black marks here. Look.
Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks. So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think?
It's only this one candle that's been cracked in half, it seems.
I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them.
Okay, and that seems to be all we're getting out of that. Okay. Should I present anything to Gina? Does Gina... they said show the gun to somebody knowledgeable, but quite frankly, Gina's the only person in this room that I can talk to. Do you have anything to say about this?
What is that, evidence? Work something out about that, what happened to you?
Well, no, not exactly.
I ain't been there long enough in the job to get this deducting business.
All right, so she doesn't know jack shit. Okay, great. That's fine. Well... Well, do you have anything to say about this? What's that evidence? No. Okay, that's fine. Maybe what I have to do is take the gun to somebody who knows more about guns. We have to know if it's real or not. We want to avoid handling it. We'll do that, but we'll do that in the next one. We're past the hour, so this seems like a good enough stopping place. I've gathered a bunch of evidence. When we come back, Jesus, still part 1 of the investigation. My God, it's long. Join me tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I will be here, and we will figure out what to do with my evidence to take on the case for Lord Von Zieks, and I'll become his lawyer, and I'll represent him, probably, possibly, perchance. All right, if you guys could leave a like on the stream, the engagement, super helpful, much appreciated, and I will see you boys tomorrow. Until then, boys, toodles!